Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Sunday Stacks. We are in season 3, episode 6. And wow, what a great experience we have for you. I'm Shemekka Ebony.
And what's going on, everyone? This is Michael Stewart-Isaacs.
And we're so happy to have you joining us for Sunday Stacks. If this is your first time, welcome to the space. Here at Sunday Stacks, if you think about it, like week for week, you have an opportunity to build a better version of yourself. And we create that experience here by giving you things to think about, things to do some self reflecting work. And we focus on family, community, and company. So thank you for joining us today. You can learn more at sundaystacks.com and make sure you like and subscribe to our community. And we look forward to experiencing you and getting a chance to hear from you.
All right
So
now.
each week we take a moment and kicking off our segment with how's it stacking because we do believe that each week we should be in pursuit of something that is going to make us better, stronger, more unified, more intentional. And let's check in with Mr. Michael Stewart Isaacs this week. How's it stacking for you?
I'm so glad you asked how's it stacking. I appreciate it. It's been a week. It's been a week. It's been a week. And as Shemekka mentioned, we focus on FCC, family, community, and company. So I want to make sure that address how it's stacking for me in the manner of the show's decorum, right? And it's been a crazy week, family. And we're just gonna go ahead and sit everyone down because this has been a week. The first thing I want to be super proud of is that our organization that is proud to be a sponsor of Sunday Stacks called I Am Brilliant.
Mm.
We have relaunched our brand and branding. We are fortunate to have a what we call mega brand that we've built with I Am Brilliant. It's the movement of the movements. We've been building this for over 10 years, myself and this beautiful, lovely lady over here, Shemekka. A force to be reckoned with by herself. But we proud to announce a redesign of our classic iambrilliant.org and a celebration announcement of some of a new add-on that our organization now is in the promotional business. So we are doing new promotional items, particularly patches and badges.
Yes.
Yes. So along the journey, people may have heard us call ourselves Community Champion Certified. And we saw there was a huge need for people who had amazing messages and wonderful brand logos and organizations, but they needed something to leave with people, a leave behind that will stay and be memorable.
Mm.
And so with what we've built with I Am Brilliant and what we've worked so hard and we're super proud to announce here on the Sunday Stacks podcast is that we are relaunching as an organization that can help you get your message out there and really put your brand, message, organization's logo. We can put it on a beautifully designed patch that can be perfect for uniforms, can be perfect for added ons to people's cell phones, laptops, you name it. We've even tried it on skateboards, hint, hint. But we have a lot of things that are going on with what I Am Brilliant is building, and we're excited to be in the promotional items business to continue to help be the movement of movements and really help you tell your story and give your message in a new kind of way. So we're excited. So just go to iambrilliant.org, tap in. You can
Yes.
reach us at gifts at iambrilliant.org. And that's been something we've been working on that. So I wanted to just share that. In regards to my week to balance it out, it's been a unique week. We had to take a trip, y'all. Normally, I would say trips and travel is what you would think of for I Am Brilliant and what we do with our work. But this trip was a trip we had to pivot a little bit because we had, unfortunately, a death in my family. And my near, close, dear family friends, my godmother's sister, so my god aunt passed away. Her name is Norma Adele Beckles. She's resting in heaven as a guardian angel of so many.
Mm.
She's from Barbados originally, and just really a wonderful spirit, a wonderful soul that she was able to be 84 years young in this world, but definitely her family loves her, and she's such a pinnacle of a community out of New York where she was very active with her church group and so many different people that she just touched their lives. So We went to give her her celebration, and this lovely lady Shemekka came with me, and it was just a wonderful experience just to reconnect and see family members, and really just also connect with people that sometimes when you gather for funerals, you see people you want to honor and see that you haven't seen for any other reason but to have gathered in this capacity. But hold on to those people that you haven't seen in a long time. That's my quick message I've learned out of this experience is that I was able to not only go and honor someone who lived such a valiant, beautiful life, but also see other people who I'm glad to have got an opportunity to tell them alive how lovely they are and how proud I am to see their journey and just the things they did to inspire me. So it was definitely a memorable moment, and it was just amazing to have Shemekka by my side. We were just proud to just bring joy and happiness to this group gathering of unique souls and spirits, just really coming together in what would seem to be a sad moment. We made it really beautiful and memorable, and we made an introduction of some of our other product lines we got coming up. You know, a little thing named Chi Max, but that's a hush hush. Shh. That's a little whisper right there for those faithful listeners. You heard it here first, you know, but there's definitely a lot of things that we were able to launch out of New York and being close with family and just connecting. My mother was there and I was able to just spend some time with her. So under the occasion, we were able to make it something special. But this trip kept on going. But Shemekka, let me ask you your opinion because you were with me on this journey this week. How's it stacking for you?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. What a great opportunity. Listen, to sum it up, I would say it was a New York, Barbados, UK, Jamaican cultural immersion experience. Oh, and let's not forget African.
Yes, yes, yes. Shout out Sierra Leone.
Yes, and Nigeria. Um, when I think about all of the powerful and great nuggets of wisdom that I was able to conceive while there, my opportunity to serve, for me, it was about being on assignment, just loving on God's people. And it was so wonderful to see this community come together, this community from another country that has created community here in Queens. It was really dope. And I grew so much. I learned so much. It was a great opportunity for me to share about resources and programs, but also to hear about opportunities to experience culture, learning about the 11 parishes, learning about the carnival that they have every year, and adding it to our list of places to make sure that we get there and go. So, for me, it was service with a bonus because I had all of those experiences connecting with and meeting these incredible people. So it's stacking really good for me. And with that, we're bringing that energy into stacking this week with the Sunday Stacks live in person
Yes.
meetup, brunch, and golf on February 15th. So definitely, I'm stacking, looking forward to that experience and that table we are preparing. Come and get what you need. I am fully confident that if you expect to get what you need, you're going to find it this Saturday starting at 10 a.m. It's still some tickets available. We want to see you. So we've been preparing the table literally for that. And that's how it's stacking for me when I'm looking ahead and looking for what I grew from. It's just going to make this experience even better. We're excited about being able to create an opportunity for you to come get what you need. So come on, let's eat.
I love it. I love the way you just kind of broke that down. And I mean, let's really for those who will show up and enjoy the Sunday Stacks live event coming up on February 15th, 2025, you will come to experience that me and Shemek after this crazy quick New York minute it turned into New York hours. Why? Because who can escape New York? Who can escape New York? Man, tell me why we go into for a quick dip in for a funeral. We try to make it productive because, you know, we entrepreneurs, we got to use every valuable moment. But tell me
Mhm.
why to the moment of trying to just spend that little extra moment with family and meeting new friends. Shout out to Tap, you know, and if you know, you know. But definitely all the things that we were able to enjoy in that New York minute. We get to the airport. We're trying to get out. We were watching everything. We knew the weather conditions were tight.
Yes.
But we had one of those late night 8:30 flights. We got to the airport again. Shout out to my people out there that take care of you to get you where you need to be. So we pushed to get where we needed to be on time. Thought we was
Came
gonna
on time.
get out. No snow to be seen in the state of New York. We was walking, we was fine, it was cold, but nothing to see. We made it to the airport, didn't see one raindrop, nothing. Soon as we getting ready to get on the plane, you start seeing a little bit of flare. I mean, literally boarding the plane. We thinking, all right, we gonna make it though. We gonna get through this. This is not about to be our fate. We getting out of here. We gonna get back home. We got to get to our babies. This was our flight schedule. And as soon as enough we get on that plane, I'm telling you about 2, 3 inches of snow was on the wing. And I promise you the snow just started while we were just boarding the plane. That snow came out of nowhere. So as soon as we sitting here waiting, they taxiing, riding us around like, we just on a fun park ride or something on this airplane, right? Shout out to JetBlue. If you want to be a sponsor, holler at us. We definitely have supported you after this long journey. But yes, JetBlue. I mean, why I'm saying JetBlue? Because I want to. In all of what went down, I do have to thank the staff, the crew, the pilots, everybody, because
Yes.
that was could have been a crazy situation, but the way they managed it to keep everybody satisfied. Hopefully, them credits is coming. Yes, I'm coming for them. But definitely making sure that everything that was supposed to happen. And JetBlue definitely did what they needed to do in terms of just giving snacks and water. So I want to shout them out because that could have been crazy. But we got snowed in, y'all. And we ended up having to deboard the plane, get back into the terminal. And how long it takes, Shemekka? A New York minute turned into several hours
Extra
being
hours.
snowed in, hoping once again as they defrost. Did you know they can defrost a plane? Did you know that? That's crazy, but we definitely ended up trying to get out of New York, and that became something that was a crazy thing. But I won't hold us up. This is going to be a story you get to hear at Sunday Stacks Live. So you make sure you are in the building, and I will tell you the rest of that story come this Saturday, February 15th, when you're here hanging out with Shemek and myself in person, because it's going to be a good time always.
And listen, we are, for our new and faithful listeners, we are giving away tickets. We are pulling names on February 13th. If you want to get a complimentary ticket to come check us out, we're going to be picking names on February 13th. So make sure you have to follow these instructions very specifically. You have to like what? Sunday Stacks. You have to like Sunday Stacks podcast on Instagram, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel. DM us on Instagram after you have done those two things and let us know you want a ticket, and we'll make sure that you're added to the list and that you are in the building. So
Yes, yes.
definitely make sure you follow those two things. If you're hearing this on the replay, you have until February 13th before we pull names. So get your name in that pot to get those tickets.
I love it. I love it. And we definitely want to see you in the building. So, Shemeka, what we talking to the people about today?
Ooh, so as we slide on into our Soulful Sunday segment, we want to lift up this was a reflection from our Snowden experience for me. Um, we're going to come from the topic of awareness doesn't always need prevention. And when we think about this, think about it in the lens, you may get a gut feeling about something. You may see something coming ahead, and you may not be in a position to do anything about it, but be aware. So even in the premonition that you have that something could happen, it gives us a mindset and a mindfulness that it doesn't mean that it's our job to intervene.
Mm, so good.
It's not our job to do something different. Those of us that know our calling to be good discerners, or you trust your gut feeling, this is for you, because many times we may see something ahead. We are a foreseer, we are a forerunner, we are led by our intuition, our gifts in these areas to have foresight. Some of us sometimes want to ring an alarm to shift the pattern, but we cannot intervene in God's divine plan. And so I want to share that with our community today when we think about it through the lens of our levels of awareness. You know, whether you feel like Chicken Little talking about the sky falling, or whether you're talking about what we need to do to be better and you feel like nobody's listening, check your posture in understanding what your assignment is, because we got to understand that just because we are aware, it doesn't mean that we are the rescuers or the coverers or the preventers of someone else's growth journey, because every one of us has our own testimony that we have to walk out and be made aware of through our relationship with God.
Oh, that's so amazing how you just gave this reflective moment. I mean, sometimes when you think about it, I think you use the word premonition. I think I've learned from my mentors over the years that we kind of live out this life journey, and we know stages like babies, we know what they're gonna do, and toddlers, but we don't stop that journey as we go into our other phases in life, and they have certain habits and behaviors that follow us along the way. But
Mm-hmm.
I always play this game with young people, particularly teenagers, and I always tell them, like, if you're like 15 or 16 years old, that everything you do right now is going to affect your 25, 26-year-old self. And are you going to make that self proud? And then when they sit there and kind of ponder it, I ask them a simple question. Well, if you're, especially like I said, a 15 or a 16 year, I say, do you still think of like how you thought when you were 5 and 6? And then they have to
Mm-hmm.
have a perspective, and they say no. Then what makes you think that you're gonna think like how you're thinking right now as 15 and 16 when you're 25 and 26? And it
Right.
allows them to like level up that ability to foresee, right? And I think, part of what I've always seen is that we have to help people build a perspective for the awareness to take shape and allow for those that we're trying to help prevent things from to kind of go through life's natural experiences and kind of have certain blinders on based on what stage of development you're in, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
think we can't avoid the development, even though it's painful having to watch someone else go through a level that you might have mastered, but you too had to go through that level, not knowing and unaware to even gain the wisdom that you experience. So, wisdom on some levels is the
Oh, it's
experience.
like Ray Charles's mom letting him bump into stuff.
Exactly, right? And so thus gave him other superpowers or enhancements
Mhm,
because she
enhancements,
allowed
right.
him to still move through the world in his natural way, but knowing that God has a natural order regardless of condition to our age levels and how we continue to maturate in our world. So I think awareness is amazing. We can have discernment and we can teach that on some levels. But again, there are just certain behaviors that just come out because of the level of development a person's on, even with good foresight. So I think what you're saying is amazing. I know we bring this in perspective. We have children, right? And they're
Mhm.
at that age where we have a range of children, right? We the Brilliant Bunch. If y'all don't know, check it out, Brilliant Bunch on YouTube. Shout out to the Brilliant Bunch. I always try to shout them out each episode, but they teach us a lot in terms of us guiding them and giving them information and letting them go through their school process and their new friends and so forth. But at the same time, we have to sit back and watch how they process what we believe we instilled in them and how the world's effects have on them as everyone's developing. So we want to
Mhm.
create an awareness for them of the track that we believe they're on. But at the same time, they're living in different realities based on how the world's levels are set nowadays. So there are things like credits and debts, and if you want to buy a house or how to manage a rent, you can give your kid. But the other things that you say, oh, you got to go to this type of school or do that, those rules have been rewritten a little bit and it's different now because they're proving every day that there are new kind of innovations and inner ways to move. So it's like awareness is good, but you can't prevent kind of the inevitable of how culture and things shift and change. So shift is always going to happen at some point. So I'll leave it at that.
I love it. I love it. I appreciate that, and very insightful and helpful in bringing it all together. And it's going to help us transition into how we look at this week's favorite episode of
The Whiz
Whiz
of
of
the
the
Week. Yes,
week.
Whiz of the Week. Oh my goodness. Can the Whiz of the Week get any kind of bold? Like this is like the boldest kind of Whiz of the Week you can ask for. And for those who don't realize, yes, we know this Sunday Stacks is not necessarily being put out on a Sunday, and that's because we were just that busy, y'all. Give us grace, give us grace. But we thank you for our listeners. Yes, Sunday Stacks is not just a day, it is a movement. It's a special moment where you can listen to a Sunday Stacks on a Thursday
Exactly.
and you have no one's gonna judge you. You listen to your Sunday Stacks. Sunday is every day. That's what we doing here at Sunday
Right.
Stacks,
They're
right?
pouring into you when you're supposed to be resting.
Right. So as we look in reflection of the whiz of the week, so many things have gone on this week. First of all, I want to give a quick shout out and say RIP to Irv Gotti. Yes, Irv Gotti, the legendary music producer, legend. I mean, just a whole legend. I was fortunate years ago. I was a production. I worked for different record labels, particularly working with Def Jam and promotions. And I had the pleasure of working with a lot of people within Irv Gotti's camp, his brothers. I mean, so many different people, real inspirational, Queens, New York. Ironically, where we were this past week. But definitely wanted to give a shout out to Irv Gotti and his family. Irv Gotti was 54 years old, passed away from having a stroke.
Mm.
Just really, again, a titan in the hip hop game. It's kind of unfortunate too. Recently, he just sold all his music catalogs a couple of years ago for like a good 300 million, not to count the man's pocket, but to say a legacy and what he left for his family, blessed. You understand? Blessing. So definitely Irv Gotti, you did what knowing that guy and how much he really wanted to leave an impact on the game, he did that. So just shout out to Irv Gotti. Can't say no more than that. Other things in the Wiz of the Week, as we talked about severe weather, we were trying to get out of New York, but that's a whole nother story and unpacking. But we also had a whole Super Bowl. Yes, we chose to not only get snowed in New York, but we did it on Super Bowl weekend. Does that. Only these people here at Sunday Stacks. That's why you gotta be in the building for Sunday Stacks Live, but that's another plug right there. But at the same time, yes, Super Bowl Sunday. And of course, the talk was not just around the game. It ended up being a blowout. Yes. So let's call this the Super Bowl special. Yes, the Philadelphia Eagles, shout out to them, defeated the Kansas City Chiefs and definitely was a unique one-sided Super Bowl. But of course, everyone was waiting for particularly the halftime show with who? A
Okay.
dot. Kendrick Lamar. Go ahead, Shemekka. Tell them what you see. What's your report out on this Wizard of the Week?
Well, I see so many people tuned in because it was Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick Lamar as an artist, as an orchestrator, as a musician, as a intellect of our times when it comes to social consciousness and activation. I saw an opportunity, and he took it to really create a platform and a stage to speak to people, to his nation, like his people, those that are aware, those that have an understanding of what they call the hidden messages. Well, you couldn't hide what was on the Super Bowl. I mean, everybody was watching. People were paying how many millions of dollars for ads? So we know there was an investment and all eyes on this, and what a great platform that was put before him that he was very intentional and sensitive to. Um, it was, yeah, I
I mean,
loved
did
it
you
for
did you
that.
see that he had Uncle Sam, and I'm talking about no other than Nick Fury himself, Samuel L.
Right.
Jackson. I can't say his famous words, but you know it. But
Right.
my goodness,
Serena
Serena Williams, the details,
Williams.
and I mean, he spared no, not to mention Mr. Drake and the lawsuit. I mean, this man was very intricate, and he knew everybody wanted to hear. They not like us. They not like us. Everybody wanted to hear that. So it's like it was a crazy experience because Kendrick Lamar is not what you would think is your traditional choice for a Super
It
Bowl,
was very
but
thoughtful.
it was very thoughtful, artistic. It'll be a debate for years to come, and that's what an artist does to you. It makes you debate how their art is expressed. But he is an artist. The presentation, the stage performance, the layouts, the dancers, the meaning, and the sub. I mean, he has so many deep textual meanings within his work. I think people will have to dissect this for years to come in regards to performances, not only just being on the Super Bowl stage, but just because of we have an era right now where things like DEI and so many other things, people feeling attacked, for him to create a socialized message. Someone said to me this week that, shout out to Tap. But if you think about the way the world is moving right now, there was references to the red, white, and blue, the colors of the flag. You think about Bloods and Crips, the red and the blue. You think about unity. He was just giving so many deep messages. You know, you think about private prisons and the reform. He had like a prison yard
Yes,
type.
like a prison
Yeah,
yard
he had
and the block,
all of these
the
things
light
that
poles.
all these things he was just representing where he comes from and how people would want to treat men, particularly black men, in regards to just disregard in this country. And he just made a symbolic message. I heard Donald Trump was in the building. Of course, he was saluting at the beginning in the opening of the Super Bowl. And then I'm hearing he left early. Whether he took offense to what Kendrick Lamar was expressing or otherwise, it's not really, this is a different way to unite the country. But first of all, people have to be heard and seen. And I think Kendrick
Mhm.
represents such a nation of people
Yes,
who
I
feel
absolutely
unheard,
feel seen.
and he makes people feel seen who are unheard. And I think using this platform to not be selfish, but to really push this message that we too are in America, and as America uses black bodies still in ways that could be more productive, but chooses not to make it so. And I think that's something even with Sunday Stacks. We're here to revolutionize what's possible when you think about family, community, and company. And we
Absolutely,
yeah,
I
so tell the
believe
world,
that. I
Shemekka.
wanted to lift up, since you lifted about those that are being impacted by DEI shifts or attacks or dismantling. We have coming up this week. I should have mentioned this in How's It Stacking, but we have our DEI Thriving in a Changing World. Our group that's coming up starting February 19th. There's still time to join. We have a couple of seats left, but for 5 months, we're going to be intentional in being strategic and co designing what's next for you, giving space to build, grow, heal, and thrive with a group of DEI leaders. Definitely check us out, ShemekkaEbony.com, to get more information and to sign up and reserve your seat. And the best part of this all is this: I believe in this so much. I believe in what's next so much. And I'm giving the first month is on me. So, first month is free.
I love it. I love it. So, I mean, hey, I'm tired of all the whizzes. I think we definitely have touched on so much. Thank you so much for letting us know that there's hope with your DEI course. And again, this is not your traditional. This is for people who really need to reflect on this times right now and come up with new leadership strategies. And that's what Shemekka provides for you. So definitely tap in if you don't know. But if you do know, now you know. Like this is really a thing. Like we really have some great solutions on our team, and we screaming out trying to share it with you all. Sunday Stacks is our
Yes.
freemium version, but there
Yes.
are definitely upgrades to everything that's possible if you like the wisdom we share and the insights. And I'm right now. Let's real quick. We should start a book review one day with Sunday Stack. I know. Oh yeah, matter of fact, we're gonna start a book review. I'm a talker to existence, and we still gotta do our movie reviews. We're gonna do that for y'all. We're gonna do movie,
Yes.
television, Netflix reviews, all of that. Like we got a lot coming for you all because I love being with my wife. Give me any reason to be with my wife, and I'm gonna be ready to just
Oh, I love
continue to,
you.
build something. But Sunday Stacks is how we came together, and I'm just so excited that we're almost 10 years strong doing this, still doing this. How did this happen? But only through God that we were able to bring this relationship, this co-regentships, you know what I mean, together and really just grow. So I just want to just shout you out because it is the week of Valentine's coming up. So I want to give you an early shout outs, but of course we'll continue this
Oh,
Valentine's
I
conversation
appreciate it.
next week as well too. So definitely, again, I'm Michael Stewart-Isaacs. Check me out on all major platforms. Instagram at Michael Stewart-Isaacs. You can check out all of Stewart-Isaacs.com. That's with a dash, Stewart-Isaacs, ISAACS.com. You can check me out. I do speaking engagements, giving people insights on entrepreneurship, helping your youth, young kids, students grow their capacity to really become intellectual thought leaders through entrepreneurship and taking their talents to the next level. So definitely check that out if you have a chance. So, Shemekka, how you want to close us
Amen.
out?
I want to make sure that I lift up, we have relaunched Shemekka.com. We have some really exciting things in the e-commerce space with our partnerships, and I wanted to amplify that. If you are looking to shop, if you shop online, if you are a regular, and you may even be looking for something new or something to be able to pour into, make sure that you tap into Shemekka.com and check out our marketplace. We have our books over there, we have journals, we have coffee, we have detox, disposable palm leaf, upcycle products, as well as I Am Brilliant teas. So don't miss out on tapping into that Dianu discount when you go over there as well. So definitely check us out at Shemekka.com.
They're like, who are y'all? We're everything, everywhere. So definitely, but we appreciate you all. This is Michael Stewart-Isaacs.
And this is Shemekka.
As we always close each episode, we like to remind everyone that I
I
am
am
brilliant
brilliant,
and
and you
you are
are
too.
too.
Thank you again for tuning in to Sunday Stacks, and we will see you next week. Peace.